Hello everyone, this is your host Shanti Manaf and you're watching Fire TV. Today we are here at the Embassy of the State of Palestine in Islamabad and we have with us His Excellency Mr. Walid Abu Ali. Thank you so much, Excellency, for giving us your time.
It's my great pleasure to have you. Number one, let me start congratulating the Fire family. I was so glad to go through your first edition of written magazine, and I was impressed with what I've seen and what I've read through that magazine. So you are most welcome in the Embassy of the State of Palestine.
Thank you so much, sir. So getting on with our first question, I would like to know your stance on Pakistan-Palestine bilateral relations.
Well, I'm proud to say that we always maintained an excellent bilateral relationship. Pakistan always been a great support to the Palestinian cause in all levels, regardless of which government is ruling Pakistan, which political party is in Pakistan. Pakistan's position towards supporting Palestine is a very strong supportive to our rights, to our cause. Pakistan do not keep any stone unturned all over the world of raising up the Palestinian issue, similar to the Kashmir issue, at all levels. And the whole international community know very well the position of Pakistan in terms of supporting the Palestinians. Pakistan is still one of the very little countries who have on their passports all countries except Israel. The last visit of His Excellency the Prime Minister Mohammed Nawaz Sharif to the General Assembly at the United Nations, his message was very clear to the whole global, to the whole international community towards the support on behalf of Pakistan and the Pakistanis towards Palestine and the Palestinians.
Excellency, within the boundaries of Pakistan, what are the contributions that Pakistan is providing Palestine with?
Well, as we all know, Pakistan is the second biggest Muslim country, and Pakistan is the only nuclear Islamic power. Their support, as I always repeatedly said, to Palestine stands on two legs. Number one, the political support, which is always provided to Palestine and to the Palestinians in all levels. Locally, regionally, and internationally, Pakistan supports Palestine. The second support we receive from Pakistan is the educational support, where thousands of Palestinian students graduated from the Pakistani universities. Educational support to our communities provided in all provinces. If you visit universities, governmental and non-governmental universities all around the country, you will see Palestinian students. We are the biggest Arab students community in Pakistan, from Quetta to Peshawar, from Lahore to Karachi, in Islamabad, everywhere we have Palestinian students, and they are treated equally to their Palestinian brothers and sisters.
What further measures do you think Pakistan can take to defend Palestine globally?
Well, Pakistan, similar to all other Muslim countries, although they are facing so many internal challenges, but we still look to Pakistan to continue its support until we get our independence, until we get our freedom. And I think Pakistan will continue to do on the local and the regional and the international level. They will continue its support. Pakistan maintains good relations with the Western world, with the United States of America, with Europe, with China, with Russia. MashaAllah, Pakistan has maintaining excellent relations with among the international community, and they can be very effective on terms of convincing the international community to support Palestine and the Palestinians.
In your opinion, what can the Palestinian government do to enhance the economic and the bilateral trade relations?
Well, unfortunately, since we are still under occupation and our borders under the Israeli control, there isn't much of trade. But I've been working since I came to Islamabad to encourage our businessmen with the Pakistani businessmen to try their best to create opportunities for trading, export and import through Pakistan. I visited the chambers of Islamabad, the federal chambers of commerce, as well as the regional chambers. We have an idea of hosting an expo in Pakistan, in Islamabad, where we will allow some of our private sector businessmen to come and promote and meet, to exchange with their Pakistani counterparts. Inshallah, we will succeed. But if we have to do this, I think this has to be done through a third party, one of the neighborhood countries like Jordan or Egypt, where we could together jointly encourage the businessmen of Pakistan and Palestine to create and open opportunities for more developed, economy in between the two nations.
Excellency, whenever we talk about the Palestine and Israel conflict, even the Pakistanis, they get very emotional. It's a very emotional topic for all of us. So in line with OIC, Pakistan has continuously supported Palestine against its stance towards Israel. So how do the government and the people of Palestine regard this?
Well, OIC basically was created for two main reasons: Palestine and Kashmir. That was the idea of having the OIC from the beginning. And let me just, on this opportunity, give you a very fresh news. OIC was in the process of opening an office in Ramallah, in the West Bank, to represent OIC in our country. And all arrangements took place in Ramallah. Through our presidency, through our government, and invitations were circulated by OIC head office, and they invited Pakistan, invited His Excellency the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Muhammad Nawaz Sharif. Unfortunately, because of his health situation, they nominated the Ambassador of Pakistan in Jordan to represent the government of Pakistan to attend the event in Ramallah. And all plans took place and everything was ready day before yesterday for the inauguration of the OIC office in Ramallah. Early morning of that day, the Israelis invaded Al-Aqsa Mosque, Qibla Awwal, and they were Palestinians who were injured on that incident, which led the OIC head office to cancel all arrangements because of the Israeli aggression against the Palestinians. So OIC, with their capabilities, they are trying to support as much as they can. But unfortunately, all Muslim countries are facing so many internal challenges. That's keeping the Muslim countries very much busy. Just a few weeks ago, Pakistan hosted the COMSTIX conference, annual conference, where a minister from Palestine was in Islamabad, and he participated in the COMSTIX conference in Islamabad. And so many representatives of other Muslim countries. As I said, the challenges that each Muslim country is facing is keeping the Palestinian cause as a secondary issue on their agendas, which is very sad. But all in all, everybody knows that stability and security in the region, in the Middle East, will never be achieved without reaching a final solution, a comprehensive solution to the Palestinian suffering, because This suffering has been on for more than 6 decades, almost 7 decades.
Regardless of the recent meeting of OIC that was held in Jakarta, we saw that OIC could not come up to a fruitful result for the solution or how to fight this issue between Israel and Palestine. What would you say?
You know, OIC's meeting in Jakarta took place, and Pakistan participated on the highest level when President Mamnoon Hussein represented Pakistan that meeting, and they've had a bilateral meeting between His Excellency President Mamnoon Hussein and our President Mahmoud Abbas, who had briefed President of Pakistan about the latest development. That meeting or that summit in Jakarta took place only under one item on the agenda, which was Palestine. The leaders had discussed all the Palestinian issue in depth, and the recommendation of Jakarta summit was very important because at the moment, as you know, the United States of America, who is the only country who can have pressure on Israel to convince the Israeli government to go back to the negotiating table to achieve a peace agreement, they are busy with their own election. So at the moment, the American administration cannot have any pressure on Israel because of the election issue over there. Europe and the European Union, and you know lately the United Kingdom withdraw out of the European Union. So Europe is busy with their own internal issues. Arab countries are busy with their own, as you know, what's going on in Syria, what's going on in Iraq, in Libya, in Yemen. Unfortunately, our Arab brothers are busy with their own challenges. So that's where the OIC is limited to what they can do, because each country, they have their own priorities. So from our perspective as Palestinians, the Jakarta meeting was very important because it was an opportunity for us to brief all our Muslim brothers on the latest developments and on the Israeli aggression, on the Israeli siege on Gaza. Gaza has been under siege for the last 7 years, on the thousands of Palestinians who are in the Israeli custody, on the daily aggression against our people in the West Bank, on the Israeli measures in Qibla Awal in Jerusalem against Al-Aqsa Mosque, against the Palestinians in Jerusalem. So these developments, I mean, it was important for us just to keep our Arab and Muslim countries up to date with the latest developments.
How do you think Pakistan is helping Palestine in this conflict?
Well, I'm proud to say that Pakistan's support is great, and Pakistan's support unchanged. Since the independence of Pakistan, the 200 million Pakistanis, whenever you raise the issue of Palestine, you touch their hearts. It's a very emotional issue, and if you walk around anywhere in Pakistan and you raise up the issue of Palestine, you feel it that the Pakistanis are very much supportive and very much loyal to continue their support, you know, to Palestine and the Palestinians.
How does signing of the peace treaty by Jordan, Saudi, and Egypt with the Israel affect the OIC and the Palestinian cause?
Well, Saudi, they have no peace with Israel, as far as I know. I mean, there has been so many rumors on the media, and officially, I can say there is no peace agreement between Saudi and Israelis. The Israelis tried the peace agreement with Egypt since Camp David, and the Israelis tried peace agreement with Jordan since, I mean, Wadi Araba's peace agreement. But the Israelis and the Egyptians and the Jordanians knows very well that if you go and visit Cairo or visit Amman and you talk about the Israeli peace agreement, Egyptians and Jordanians are ashamed to talk about it, because they know that without reaching a comprehensive peace solution, without sorting out the Palestinian issue, they will never enjoy peace. The Israelis try to go to achieve a peace agreement with Egypt, but where is it? The peace agreement between a government of Egypt and the government of Israel, not between the people of Egypt and the people of Israel. The same thing in Jordan. Israelis and the Western world, the United States of America, Europe, and all those know that the cornerstone of settlement in the region is the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Even if the Israelis sign a peace agreement with Saudi Arabia or with any other Arab country, without achieving a peace agreement, a peace resolution with the Palestinians, they will never enjoy peace and they will never enjoy stability in the region.
The Great Britain and the USA, just as you just said, that USA has its own elections and Britain just weighs the Brexit. But regardless of that, they are the biggest supporters of humanitarian rights. Why do you think they are neglecting the Palestinians?
Because as easy as this, the Jewish lobbies in America and in UK and in Europe in general, they are very powerful and they affect decision making in those countries. If you look into, at the moment, the United States of America, and you look into the biggest Jewish lobby, which is AIPAC, for example. The AIPAC is very powerful lobby which affects the decision making within the United States of America. And even in Europe, in United Kingdom, France, Jewish community is very strong, very powerful. They maintain control of money and media. And unfortunately, within our OIC countries, within our Muslim Ummah, if we have to compare our capabilities with the Jewish communities' lobbies, they are much stronger and they are much united, and they work, they do their best towards supporting Israel.
What is UN's role in Palestine-Israel conflict? Who is it supporting?
As you know, we had decided to go through the United Nations to achieve what we couldn't achieve during the last 6-7 decades. Our leadership, our President Mahmoud Abbas, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are approaching all United Nations institutions. And as you know, we did win on many occasions the membership of many of the United Nations institutions, whether it's the UNESCO, whether it's the Supreme Court in The Hague, whether it's with General Assemblies and its recognition with Palestine as a state, on 2012. We are joining most of the United Nations institutions. Again, the United Nations is represented back in our country, and they are providing their support to Palestine. Of course, they are limited to what they can do, but we believe that the United Nations institutions, their support to our Palestinian people, in particular on the humanitarian support to our 2 million Palestinians in Gaza. Ban Ki-moon, just yesterday and the day before yesterday, he was in the region, he was in our territories, and he visited Gaza and he visited the West Bank. He had a meeting with our president. So they are up to date with their activities. They witness on a daily basis the Israeli aggression against our people. Of course, United Nations is a member of the quartet who's supposed to be the sponsor of the peace talks and peace process, when it used to be a peace process. So as a member of the quartet, they have to sponsor and to witness, try to do their best to achieve a final solution to the struggle in the region.
What about the contributions of the regional countries?
We are a member of the Arab League, the Arab neighborhood countries. We are surrounded with Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Egypt. These are our neighbor bordered countries. Unfortunately, if you look into the situation in most of these countries, they have a lot of internal challenges. Lebanon have been struggling for the last more than a year towards getting a president. Syria, as you know, the situation in Syria is miserable. In Jordan, they are facing so many challenges in terms of number of refugees they have getting from Syria, from Iraq, from everywhere. They have so many economic challenges. Egypt as well, they are facing so many problems in terms of Libya, their neighborhood, and countering terrorism in Sinai, and the economic challenges. And so the neighborhood countries, they do their best, but they have so many challenges.
In your opinion, what is the responsibility of the Muslim Ummah towards the Kashmir and the Palestine issue?
As I told you, OIC was created basically for the Kashmir and the Palestinian cause, and when we talk about Palestine and we talk about Qibla Awal, we talk about Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is the third mosque in Islam, which is Qibla Awal, as all Pakistanis know it, as you say it. This has to be a top priority for all Muslim Ummah, for all Muslim countries. What we ask our Muslim brothers, our Muslim countries, to keep Palestine as a top priority issue and to continue their support on all levels towards the freedom fighters in Palestine, towards those Palestinians who've been struggling and fighting the longest occupation in history. Everybody knows that the Palestinians are fighting with empty hands. They have no capabilities. So the role of the Muslim countries towards the international community to keep the Palestinian cause on their agendas whenever they discuss, they negotiate the international community.
Would you like to give a message or anything to everyone?
Well, we are at the end of this holy month of Ramadan, and my message, number one, to Pakistan and the Pakistanis, we pray for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the health of the Prime Minister, and to come back to Pakistan soon and to go back to lead the country as he's done during the last few years. I exchange my best wishes to the Pakistanis and wish them Eid Mubarak for Eid al-Fitr. Same thing for our Palestinian community in Pakistan. And my message to them that inshallah very soon we will achieve our dream of independency, and we will celebrate together with our Pakistani brothers and sisters Eid in Palestine, in Al-Aqsa Mosque in Qibla Awal. Eid Mubarak to everybody, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Excellency. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and Eid Mubarak to everybody in Palestine from us, from Fire's team. So this was the Ambassador of Palestine with us, and we conclude here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.